Tom Landry was an engineer by education. When he drew on the board, it was so precise. He would draw the feet of the players when they'd step.
Coach Landry prepared every offense and every defensive game plan. I've never seen any coach, do that.
Tom Landry's mind was constantly at work. In New York, he drew up the 4-3 defense, still a standard over 50 years later. In Dallas, he kept innovating.
Everything in defense and offense is evolution. As we moved into the 60s, the offenses were able to influence the 4-3 and keep us from doing the things we did in the 50s.
One of the weaknesses of the 4-3 defense was the ability for guards or even tight ends on a double team block to come in and get to the middle linebacker and seal that off.
What we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
Coach Landry's flex defense was designed with the intent, number one, of keeping the middle linebacker free.
We protect our middle linebacker. We've got to keep the big men off of him a little bit, and we think the flex does that.
Fumbles the football, the Cowboys recover it.
Very tough to go against that Dallas flex defense.
And it was a combination of two defensive linemen tight to the line of scrimmage with two defensive linemen off the line of scrimmage.
We just try to offset some of our linemen to give us in a better position to control the types of blocking that they use today.
It's all about angles. It's all about math. It's all about engineering. It's all about Tom Landry's education. It all fit.
They cannot run against the Cowboys.
It developed Doomsday 1, it developed Doomsday 2, two of the greatest defenses in NFL history. The NFL is such a Me Too league, a copycat league, but nobody copied the flex despite its success because of one simple reason. Nobody could teach it.
These things that we take for granted in the modern game, that the offense is going to come out with one look and then shift into another look. Landry was on the very cutting edge of that.
The offensive line always came up in a two-point stance and stand straight up and then go down. And when they stood up, that's when the backs shifted. The line standing up was kind of a screen, if you will, for the linebackers to see the final formation of the backs. Also, it's a little bit distracting. Whatever calls you had to make defensively, you would have to make them, then you'd have to change them when they shifted, then you'd have to change them again when they shifted, and then the ball would be snapped.
Roger back to throw across the middle. Pearson wide open, touchdown.
The thing that proves Tom Landry is a genius is that in the mid-70s, he comes up with the offense of the 21st century.
Shotgun, here it is.
Now, some teams in the NFL use a shotgun more than 50% of the time.
They go from the shotgun. Roger looks left, fires it out there, caught by Tony Hill. Touchdown, Cowboys!
I don't know why, but I just have the feeling that Tom Landry might have a gadget that he might want to use.
He didn't want to call them gadget plays. He wanted to be plays that, had execution. And so he called them exotic plays.
And then hands it back to Staubach.
How about Flea Flicker City?
Staubach going deep for Tony Hill, who's all alone. Caught, touchdown!
When I was the defensive coordinator of the Giants, you had to be ready for some type of unusual deceptive play, reverses, flea flickers, double passes, halfback passes, end arounds, all those kind of things.
2 plays later, Ditka got 17 on a tight end around.
It was a chance for him to show off a little bit. Look at the big brain on Tom.
Other teams had to strain to adapt to the Landry methods.
Tom Henderson, number 56, a rookie, went 53 yards.
He recognized the value of the bold moves. You didn't see it in his suits or his hats, but you saw it in the way his team played on the field.
But this one is going to be a halfback option. Renzel all by himself.
Here again is another lesson for us all. Don't judge a book by its cover.